momentarily. Mr. Eagle, I understand you are the applicant on this project. Is that right?
Yeah, for the owner.
Okay, great. Are you expecting anyone else to join us here today, Mr. Eagle?
I thought the owner, Marcus Pritikin, would be online, but he may have forgot about it.
Okay, no problem. Would you like to get started without him, or do you want to wait for him?
Yeah, I'm okay to get started if you all are.
Yeah. If anyone tries to join during the meeting, I always just let them in as they
Okay.
make the request. So I will do that if the owner does in fact join us.
Okay.
I need to read through our hearing script. This will just cover the procedure for the hearing, and then we'll get started. So this is the June 12th, 2024 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. Again, my name is David Sturkey. I'll be presiding over the hearing. Case before us today is case number ZH20240060. That's 3312 Graydon Avenue. Purpose of the hearing is to allow applicants and any potential opposing parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. If there were anyone here from the public, they'd have an opportunity to present after the applicant had presented its case. I'll hear from the zoning division to provide any testimony in addition to the staff report. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to respond to that testimony. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or make any comments. If there are any additional technical difficulties with the Zoom technology, I'll do my best to try and troubleshoot those on the fly. But to the extent there's some defect that prevents us from meaningfully going forward with the hearing, I may continue or postpone the hearing at my discretion. Okay, I just need to swear everyone in. If you intend on providing any testimony, you could raise your right hand and answer out loud. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you shall provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yeah, I swear.
Okay, great. Mr. Eagle, if I recall correctly, you've been through these before, right?
Yep.
Zoning hearings. Okay. Are you ready to proceed?
Sure.
Okay, floor is yours.
Oh, well, so as the basically the application points out, we're asking for a special exception to allow a new construction of a front porch within the average front yard setback. And I believe, Kate, it was approximately a 1 foot 5 inches into the front yard exception. And so that's about it. I don't know if you want me to expound any more, David, or?
Yeah, so it looks like, let me see here.
It's a new 1-story front porch that the owner's wanting to build.
Okay, so just a front porch, not a new entire dwelling.
Correct. Right.
Gotcha.
To an existing resident, an existing 2-story residence.
Gotcha. And it looks like the average front yard setback is 19 feet 1 inch, and you're requesting a setback of 17 feet 8 inches.
Correct. So for a variance of 1 foot 5.
Got it. Okay. And I mean, briefly, why do you think this is appropriate? I mean, is it compatible with the neighborhood? Could you talk through any of those factors?
Yeah. So the neighborhood area already has several front porches as far as precedent, and it's currently it was sort of a side approach. The owner wanted to add a front door and a front porch to, again, just make it more welcoming, and I believe it fits in with the neighborhood aesthetic.
Okay. Any adverse impacts as a block light or anything like that for neighboring properties?
No.
Okay. Let's see. And how long? When was the house originally constructed?
1891. So it's a pretty old one.
Yeah. And does it have an existing front porch at all, or will this be brand new?
No, it had like a little side porch previously before the major renovation. So.
Got it. Okay. All right. That's all the questions I have for right now. Unless there's anything else, I'll let Kate weigh in here.
I don't have anything.
Okay. Ms. Meehan?
Okay. Thanks, David.
Sure.
So this is a pretty straightforward application. So the home as it is now has kind of a bay window, projecting bay on the front. And looking at at this particular street, the vast majority of homes do have a front porch on the front. It kind of varies from a porch across the entire front of the house to a wraparound porch, but clearly a one-story porch. I think someone does have an enclosed porch, but a one-story porch is very prevalent along this street. And this house actually is the exception in that it currently does not have a front porch, because the vast majority do. There's even, I noted there's a new house being built on the street, and it also has a front porch, one story that kind of fits in with, again, most of the what is existing along the street. So certainly it's something that is a very common feature. I mean, this particular house, as Evan mentioned, dates from 1891. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point there was a front porch on it. It was removed, and they added this projecting bay, and now they want to go back to the front porch, which may have been the original arrangement.
Got it. Okay. Kate, it looks like, I mean, I know this is an average of all of the setbacks in 300 feet both directions, right?
Right.
Are there other porches that have the same or smaller setbacks than the 17 feet 8 inches?
I think in doing the measuring, and then I think also based on the information provided, there are some that do have a smaller front yard setback. So this would kind of fit in, I think, with the kind of the averages, and would not be greatly out of scale with what is existing on the street.
Sure. Okay. All right, great. Anything else, Kate?
I would just note that this zoning is SF4, and this particular house is on a sub-minimum lot, so there is a side porch. Those do not need relief because they fit within what that reduced side yard exemption. So they do not need any relief. It's only the front porch that needs the special exception relief.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Eagle, anything else you want to say in response to Ms. Meehan's comments or otherwise?
No, probably the only other thing I would add is that, 6 foot, the only reason the house is already situated, obviously, of course. So 6 foot as a depth is probably the bare minimum for an actual usable porch. And so that's sort of the reasoning behind the request.
Got it. Okay. All right. We can leave it at that. I have had a chance to review the application materials and the staff report, and I agree with the recommendation of the staff report and the testimony that I've heard here today. So I am going to approve the project. Mr. Eagle, as you probably recall, I need to formalize that approval in a written decision.
Right.
I mentioned at the beginning that typically takes about 2 weeks. I'll do everything I can to get that out to you as soon as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as I finish that, I'll put it into a PDF and I'll email it to you and to Ms. Meehan. And so you'll have a copy of it really just moments after it's complete. And hopefully you'll be able to move forward at that point.
Great. And we can go ahead and submit for building permit in the meantime, right? Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Great.
Absolutely. All right. Well, if you have any questions or want an update on this, the status of the decision, please just reach out.
Okay.
Happy to provide that for you. Otherwise, good luck with the project, and we're adjourned.
Thanks, David. Thanks, Kate.
Okay. Thank
See you guys. Have a good